Present weather of Waterford. Hey Packers, how you doing? Nice. You all geared up for it, Packers? It should be an easy learning curve, so Packers. Yeah, Richie is supposed to be on at 10 o'clock GMT, so. Cheers for the follow, Psycho. Appreciate it.
Waterford Tower Echo and Sierra request clearance through VFR circuit.
Echo India, X-ray Lima Sierra, Waterford Tower, VFR circuits unable due to low visibility, procedures in operation. This is a Tower at Airport, Richie. Weather's below minimum for VFR. Clouds are overcast at 100 feet. I can only accept IFR inbound and outbound traffic.
Waterford Tower Echo and the Extreme Sierra request clearance to IFR circuit.
Echo India, X-ray Lima Sierra, standby. Echo India, X-ray Lima Sierra, let's start with a flight plan, file a flight plan, call you back with the clearance.
Waterford Tower Echo and the Extreme Sierra request clearance to IFR circuit.
Echo India, X-ray Lima Sierra, Waterford Tower, file a flight plan for your IFR flight and I'll call you back with your clearance. Now it's funny, it's not coming up. Hang on. Yeah, Fabio, it's half an hour. No, Richie, I don't have your flight plan. Hang on. Richie, you need to disconnect.
Waterford Echo India X-ray Sierra. Do you have my flight plan?
Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra. Disconnect, double check, make sure you're not connected as an observer to the network. Just disconnect, reconnect, and refile. You've double connection, it seems.
Okay. Waterford Echo India X-ray Sierra questions to IFR, sir.
Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra, have your flight plan, call you back. Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra, your startup is approved. Waterford QNH 1016. Report ready for taxi. Clearance on taxi.
Startup approved. Report ready for taxi. QNH 1016. Second experience, yeah? Waterford Tower, Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra, as taxi.
Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra taxi Alpha, enter backtrack line up runway 21.
Alpha enter backtrack, runway 21, Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra.
Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra Tower, have your clearance when ready. Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra, I have your clearance when you're ready to copy. Echo India X-ray Lima Sierra Tower, have your clearance when ready to copy. Hey, sorry, I didn't. You'd be surprised, Richie. Word has it there's at least 2 flights starting up to come in, so.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User
yeah,
joined
Packers,
your
they won't
channel.
fit.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Hello.
Hi.
Mark. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Roots meeting. Thanks for coming tonight. Before we get started, and for the last time, this across the pond, we'll do a quick roll call. JFK.
Here.
Boston.
Here.
Dulles.
Here.
Orlando.
Here. Hello.
Schiphol. Gatwick.
Evening.
Düsseldorf.
Yes.
Oslo.
Yep.
Copenhagen.
Hey, yep.
Dublin.
Hello.
Last but not least, Toronto.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much. A few of you have done this before, so it won't come as any shock to you. But how this works is very shortly we'll split off into two teams, into Europe and into North America, to discuss the routes we've got for you. So you'll see there the North American room and the Europe room. So that's where to head to. Before we go, anyone from the planning team got anything to say before we go?
Get the beers ready.
Already in Gunner. Okay. Okay, let's go. Oh, sorry, Chris. No. Okay, go yet.
Well, maybe just useful to have a quick overview on the plan before we
Alright,
split
okay.
off. Okay.
That's fine by me.
Then I don't have to repeat it 3 times. Kieran has posted in the bottom a link to a Google drawing we have made this afternoon. Using the finest artistry known to
Wonderful as always.
Gibby sharks. Although I'm sure everybody's looking at the plans for the nat tracks that were published today. We've been bestowed a great number of nat tracks, 12 I think from Gander, which is great. So we have a lot of choices. We will actually require beyond this number, so 12 was not enough. Try again, Gander, to accommodate our Scandinavian traffic. So I'll just quickly run from north to south to quickly give you the overview, and then we can about any potential issues with the plan. So we will have some tracks in Reykjavik, which will leave from the Canadian domestic sectors north of NatTrack November, and this will take we hope all of the Scandinavian traffic to be discussed, whether that's feasible. The next destination which we assigned specific tracks was Dublin, because of the short distance from the end of the Nats and actually the small gap in the middle between Quebec and Romeo. So we felt that we didn't want to then have to mess around too much in the Shannon airspace. So all the Dublin traffic will route on either Quebec or Romeo. So that will avoid any crossings and any issues at that point.
Chris is my new best friend, by the way.
The next restriction, let's say, was accommodating Orlando traffic, and this traffic will obviously be flying from the furthest south and the need to get onto a track somewhere. So we're going to accommodate the remaining of the Orlando traffic, so not the Scandinavian and not the Dublin departure from Orlando, but everybody else will go on that track Victor in Omoko, right in the bottom of the SOTA, and then the remaining traffic will go on the remaining tracks. So we'll put onto November and Papa traffic, which is departing from Toronto, not going to Dublin and not going to Scandinavia. And we will put onto that track Sierra and that track Tango the traffic that is going from JFK, Boston and Washington that is going to airports that are not Dublin and not Scandinavia. So a fairly reasonable plan, benefits of many tracks that helps. We will have a couple of advisory routings for people who are flying non-event this year to actually join some of the event tracks, because it doesn't really make sense for us to have all these nice plans about avoiding crossing traffic and then have a dude coming from Orlando then storming up NatTrack Quebec. So we will actually place some recommendations for people going to and from particular destinations to follow our planning rules, if that makes sense. So traffic going to Dublin, we should ask that it uses Quebec and Romeo. Traffic that's leaving Toronto, we'll put on November and Papa, and so on, so that therefore the non-event traffic also follows these planning rules. What this gives us then is oceanic sectors which are reasonably balanced, avoids the usual problem of having to cross too many people over, and I know that Evan and Matt have been working this afternoon to figure out how all of this plan can come together. We have a plan for the UK as in the rest of Europe, and what we'll do is split up to discuss whether that plan actually works or whether our vision for the future is a little bit incorrect. Did I miss anything out from anybody else in the planning team?
Just get a quick clarification. So you're saying that for any non-event aircraft that is departing from an event airport, they are effectively going to be on the same route as an event aircraft. Is that correct?
What we will do is we will say, okay, if you are non-event, this is the track. However, here is a list of recommended ways to and from other places. So there will be a non-event track, I think, to be confirmed. And then we will say, okay, here is a list of things to check. If you're departing Orlando, you should instead go this way. If you are departing Toronto, you should instead go this way. And if you are going to Dublin, you should instead try and go this way. And therefore, people should hopefully fit in with our plan. And if they don't fit one of the other, planned routings, they should then just take the normal non-event track.
And when will we have that information?
As soon as somebody writes it up. If we all agree this plan, that information will be ready to go.
So just make sure. So if I'm departing a non-event airport, like I'm departing from, I don't know, Montreal, you're planning to have a separate track for me. But if I'm departing from Toronto, you're expecting that I go on that track November or Papa, and that presumably North America can give a different routing if they might want to get to November or Papa, or it could be the same routing.
Yep. Exactly. Whatever works for you guys. But of course, we're not going to be emailing that flight plan out to people, so we're just expecting that they'll read it in the forum and follow our advice. They of course can just log on and do whatever they want.
So from North America, you would like us to tell you if we're happy with having all of our non-event traffic from an event airport going on the same routes as the event traffic, and then you would also like from us. Well, I guess we obviously can't make routes for everything. So basically, you just want us to know. You want to know from us if we are okay with a guy that's not on across the pond, hasn't booked, going Boston to Dublin, being on the Boston to Dublin across the pond route.
Basically, yeah.
I-
But I will drop in the chat box what flight plans we would like for that non-event post, and then we
Okay.
can make sure that the information gets disseminated, hopefully in a slightly clearer way than I just rambled through. Any other questions? Any showstoppers at this point? Okay, so as Simon said, we're going to drop into three sub meetings: North America with Evan and Matt, Europe with George and Kieran, and Iceland with Simon. Iceland, Scandinavia, to figure out the planning for those tracks.
User left your channel. 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 User left your channel.
Waterford, good evening, Echo India, Sierra Charlie. We're fully established on the island to 1 at 10 miles.
User left your channel.
Echo India, Sierra Alpha Charlie. Yeah, you're clear to land runway 21, surface wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, and please call 30 nautical miles out from the field.
Okay.
User left your channel.
And we're clear to land to 1 Echo Alpha Charlie.
Switched.
Okay, so hopefully this will be relatively simple, he says. So all we're discussing is the tracks coming from November down to Victor in this group. If you're here and you're actually one of the Scandinavian team, please go down to the Iceland/Scandinavian meeting, but it looks like we're not. I'm going to send around a diagram, which is currently having route streams put onto it, but don't worry too much about them just yet. We're going to talk through the lines. What we're going to send to you is a simplified version of where you don't have to know what tracks everything's going on, and what we're proposing to get everything through the Ireland-London airspace to the edge, and then we'll go from there with everyone else's sectors. George, do you mind just holding fire with the routes once I send this around so we can just talk first and then? Thanks. Link at the bottom. So I would like you to ignore all the numbers, and we will orient you on the diagram first, and then we will talk through what we are suggesting. Okay, I think that's everyone on it. So, as you can see on the left-hand side, you'll see the exit points for each of the NAT tracks, with November labelled at the top, which is Pickle, and the dot representing that, going all the way down the side. The airports are colour-coded according to where they are, so Dusseldorf is in yellow, Gatwick is in red, Amsterdam is in green. The lines follow almost exactly the route that we are proposing, although in some cases we just draw a straight line, particularly through Ireland, as we haven't much more complicated than that, and it usually is a straight line anyway. For those not familiar, you don't need to worry too much about the sectorisation. The different colours of the backgrounds relate to different London sectors, and it again allows us to plan loading of those sectors. Purple and blue at the top is Scottish, and everything else below is London. Stuff to the left is Ireland. So just to go through a reminder, I'll go through airport by airport. We'll start with Dublin because that's the easiest to do. Dublin's all of its traffic will be coming down Romeo and Quebec, and therefore whatever routing you guys fancy from those 2 points to your airport.
Dougal, Aleppo, Limerick, Oscar.
Thank you. I'm sure you can pop that in text for me.
I'll call it without I just really couldn't be bothered typing.
So that is Dublin, nice and easy. Gatwick is probably more complicated. We'll come back to that at the end. Amsterdam, I know you guys, it doesn't create many options for you with the traffic coming from the west side. It will unfortunately go to the same holding pattern anyway, but in order to split up through London, we have approximately a quarter of your traffic coming through Topper, and then just more than a quarter coming through Lamso, just more than a quarter through, and nearly half coming through Redford, from those different sectors. You also have traffic going and flying overhead, going to Dusseldorf, some from Lonum, and some again from Lamso, which I've hopefully just highlighted on the diagram there. And that is all the traffic going through your airspace. Dusseldorf?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just curious what percentage of the Düsseldorf traffic will be routing through our airspace. We're happy to take most of it, but from what I understand, some of them will be going through Belgium also, right? Via Conan?
That's correct. I can add up the numbers if you like, but I would roughly estimate to be about 85% is going over you, and about 15 is going through Brussels. That's just unfortunately how it's working.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, those are different sectors anyway. We plan on
Guys, if you have any questions in chat,
the upper
feel
Delta
free to ask.
sector,
I'll try to answer them.
so
Not
we don't
obviously ask
expect any
questions to
issues with
ask
that.
in the meeting, but if you have questions about it, I'll try to answer.
Dusseldorf, you won't see much of the routes after Amsterdam on your plan, but we'll get them together shortly afterwards. You'll see that your traffic is coming through Lonum and Lamso, and plus out through Brussels, which is the bit at Conan at the bottom. And the approximate percentages there are about 20 to 25% through Lonum. Sorry, trying to do fast. About 50% coming through Lamso, and then the remaining amount coming through Brussels. And you can more or less pick what you want after those points. Gatwick people, do we have any people here from Gatwick, or is it just
we haven't got that far yet, Richie.
Me and George?
Hello.
Oh, hello, Nathan.
Hello.
It's unfortunately your traffic basically does what London wants, and so we have decided that we want the traffic to go as follows. So the majority of the traffic will be coming down the Upper Papa 2 through Akessi to Gatwick. That's almost all of it, thereby allowing West to stack there before TC South.
Echo Sierra for Charlie, clear to land 2-1, surface 24013, IRVRs, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, slap in 750.
There, and follow a non-realistic route taking on the Timber 2 Gulf, I think it is. That's the one that's usually from Jersey, goes around and then into Timber itself. And that's merely just to sort of offload the stacks a little bit rather than having to stack swap all the time.
Well, makes sense.
Kieran, I'd like to discuss that bit in at the end.
I thought you might.
Just check, Kieran, is that circumventing kind of the Goodwood area and going like along the safe sector boundary as far as we can?
The current plan, but George would like to chat about, but the current plan being, I think, through what's the one I'm thinking of? Begins with K.
Kunav.
They're going to have their own track. Packers are going to have their own track. I don't think it's been decided yet.
Kumill, and then direct over to the second point after Neville on the 2 Gulf, which would then go through and join up with the Timber 2 Bravos.
Okay.
This is the planning, Monka. So what's pretty much planned here tonight will be 90% what it will be tomorrow, because the emails will go out tonight. But small stuff could change in specific places.
We aren't at the moment, but if we were to do that, then that other sector could actually handle that traffic. Ultimately, Willow is going to be stuffed with traffic, and Timber will not. Okay.
So
does anyone have?
So as you can see, the Americans are up in a different room, and this is the Europe room.
Stuff relating to your airport, and then we'll quickly go through the island crossings, and then we'll go through pop all the routes on the diagram.
I would like to talk to Germany about the routings from Lonum to Tebro and Lamso to Tebro.
Lovely. Okay, so if we hold on 1 second, and then when I start having a chat with Ireland, perhaps George can take you two off and agree all those routes. Is that all right with you, George? If we split in a second.
Yep.
Great. Okay. Anyone else have any issues, or are we all happy with the general plan?
That's okay.
Brilliant. To the Irish, we tried to, as usual, not to cross anything. Unfortunately, just the way it works from the traffic on the North American side.
I don't know yet, James. We haven't got our roster. Our roster will be depending on the routing here as we sectorize.
we worked it out. Most
So
of the
our
costs and London.
sectorization is depending on how the routes
We
are
hope
being.
that you're happy with that.
Yeah.
Looks all good.
Lovely. Okay,
Port
let's split off
Road
then.
Sherwood 9
If we
for Charlie
use
with your
the
level 100.
meeting
We are
footage just below
non-pure
for
nav request
George,
radar vectors.
Amsterdam and Dusseldorf, and anyone in between on the who has
Yeah,
interest in
Shamrock
the en
9
route
for Charlie,
sectors.
I'm a tower.
And then while he's
So
doing that, I will start
from
typing in
Gamdo,
the
established
routes
localizer,
and
runway
diagram
21
for stuff
report
within
established.
London.
User left your channel. User left your
From
channel. User
Gamdo,
European side, so easy.
left your
from
channel.
Gamdo report established.
Christopher, how are you?
Sherwood 9 for Charlie.
User left your channel.
Hello.
Right, let me pop in your routes, Ireland.
So as you can see in TeamSpeak, that'll be a specific meeting room for specific topics. You've got Iceland, Scandinavia going through their stuff. You've got us in Europe going through our stuff, and you've got the guys in North America going through their stuff. And as you'll notice in the background, people are editing the document.
It would of course be Dogal, Bexit, Aleppo. I'm sure you're happy.
Yeah,
with that.
Monk, I'll be controlling
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's fine.
User left your channel.
I do love Eastbound. We tend to get it done in about 10 minutes, and then the North Americans argue for about 10 hours.
I've just been paying the popcorn for the fights.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? And then what is Limerick, isn't it? Which is Zetbo or something ridiculous.
Yes.
How is your staffing, Highland, out of interest?
We have. If everyone shows up, 9 C1s.
Yeah, 9 for just Shannon and 4 of our own for Dublin, I think. So we're well.
Yeah, we're covered.
So as you can see, Kieran is editing the arrivals for Dublin.
Can we do the usual of you sending over your sectors in the morning?
Yeah, we just need to get the numbers and kind of.
So it looks like the arrivals for Dublin will be Natrak Romeo. So
Okay.
Limerick.
There we go. I've popped the island ones on the
Expo,
diagram.
Oscar, then Quebec,
Cool.
Dogal, Bexit,
Are you happy
Direct
with me,
Aleppo.
all of these lines that I've drawn just being direct, or is there anyone that you would like to not be a direct?
Can we? No. Can we? The numbers we can ignore for the moment, correct?
The numbers just show. Don't worry about actually what it means, but that does show
User joined
relative
your
traffic
channel.
numbers down those routes.
We'll
Per hour
probably be
or
sectorizing later on, Richie.
It's relative. It's based on a calculation. Ultimately, yes, it most closely relates to your total number of planes, but
So it looks like the 2 Irish tracks and arrivals will be Quebec.
but it was
and
modified
Romeo.
slightly because Chris
And
and I
it'll
were
be
trying to
Limerick,
do calculations off the fly.
Expo,
So we made it
Direct
easy for
Oscar for the Oscar arrival, and for Quebec it'll be Dogal, Bexit, Direct Olapo for the Olapo arrival.
Christopher and Jamie, you have access to this, don't you?
Sorry, what?
Jamie,
Access to this.
editing the diagram, don't you?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm
Echo
viewing it
Alpha
only.
Charlie, you can taxi Alpha to General Aviation.
I might send it to you so we can just type in some of these routes because this is taking.
Alpha to GA, Echo Charlie.
Traffic.
Cheers for follow ET Monkey. I'm not going to really scroll up the document because you can see
Send me your Gmail email, Jamie.
There's nothing going to be happening up towards Scottish. Well, not for here anyway. I imagine that would be the Scandinavian stuff. I don't think so, Richie. I think something will be going through Iceland and stuff like that, so I don't have access to that. They're in a different
Lovely
meeting,
sense.
so.
Feel free to add some in. Typos are not allowed.
But like I said, if you're flying to Dublin tomorrow, these are the 2 arrivals you can expect. So, not track Quebec, not track Romeo, Brexit, direct Olapo arrival, and for Romeo, Limerick, Expo, direct Oscar for the Oscar arrival, whether it's Romeo 10 or 28, depending on the winds.
Where are you adding the routes from?
Currently, my head.
Okay, fine.
Making up routes until someone notices.
Yes, well, feel free to check everything I do because it's
Direct
probably
line it.
wrong.
But what we can see here is that other
one day we're
NAT
gonna do
traffic
that
is going to be
on
going through
the
Liffey,
diagram.
Banba,
Real test if he's paying
Ledco.
real attention to this.
So as you can see here, Liffey, Banba. I'm seeing Gapley.
User joined your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
I think the TAF is showing for Romeo 28, so.
What the?
But don't quote me on that yet.
Traffic.
Cheers to follow, Lonely Dolphin, appreciate it. So it looks like they're editing the Gatwick stuff here.
User joined your channel.
Chris, could you track and add on the routes through Scottish, please?
Yeah.
User
So it looks like down
channel.
south, Gatwick's going to have 3 streams
If you're not busy
coming
with
in.
technical hoo-ha, could you do the yellow
So
lines,
3
please?
streams from the south.
If I can see
Gatwick,
them, yeah.
Which is in
They're a bit
red.
light, aren't they?
And
The
there's
orange
one
lines.
up in the north, which looks like it's going up.
Yeah, whatever colour they are.
Yeah, it's going up through
What's the
Scottish
point
and
after a
then
mode
back down.
code? Does anyone know?
Waterford Tower, Shamrock 9 for Charlie, with you, fully established, just come on to localise there, Romeo 21.
Shamrock 94 Charlie, Waterford Tower, continue approach, next report 4 miles, surface wind 240 degrees, 13 knots. IRVRs, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, stop in 750, clouds overcast 100.
Continue approach, next report 4 miles, copy the IVRs, Shamrock 9 for Charlie.
Yeah, as James put in a TAF there, we partly guessed to be runway 28 anyway. The winds would want to be doing a big shift for 10. Yeah, if that weather had been here this weekend, it would have been fun.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
For the UK people, I've just popped the route in red at the bottom there for the weird routing.
Shamrock 9 for Charlie is on the 4 mark.
Shark 94 Charlie, clear climb 21, surface wind checks 24013. IR viewers, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, stop in 750, clouds overcast 100.
And I'm going to do one short now. Sorry, thanks.
And Shamrock 94 Charlie, in the event of a go around, fly, publish, missed approach.
In the event of a miss, it's the published Waterford Charlie.
Is Andy around?
He's in the meeting room.
Terrible. Could some of the UK team run the routes in red through whatever route planning software you might have?
I can do so if you want me to.
SkyVector or something, and just check that they validate vaguely. Most importantly, that all the airways come up as correct. And I haven't typoed them.
You were moved.
Can I have edit to the thing so that I can copy and paste it in?
So if you can view, you should be able to copy and paste.
How do I do that? It just says it. Oh, there you go. I'm on Zoom as well.
Shamrock 94 Charlie, you're on the ground time 30180 backtrack. Right off of parking stand 1.
One 80 backtrack and just confirm the stand.
Parking stand 1. Report runway vacate.
Park stand 1 will go. Waterford Charlie.
So the routes in red, if I'm hearing correctly, look like the arrivals for Gatwick.
Jamie, is that one I've just hired there, Liffey Desig Lamzo, yours or George's?
George's.
I should have known.
Is there something wrong with it?
Ryanair 54 Alpha Mike Waterford Tower, cleared approach, continue, next report 4 miles, traffic to vacate, surface wind 240 degrees, 13 knots. IR of yours, touchdown 750.
Yes, but also correct. Oh no, hang on, no, it's for less than flight level 285. It's weird.
I think it should be Mach 16 into Dover.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it. I don't care if he's mad and angry at me. And then it's the upper airway Lima 603, or is it up?
Upper Lima 603.
You sure? Cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
What is Mike 16? Why is it a lower airway?
No, it's not. Actually, Mike, it's now Lima 603 apparently. I'm fairly sure that's right.
No, not that one. Mike
yes,
$16.
That's from Wallasey, I think. You do this. I think that's the replacement of whatever that area was that went that way.
Ryanair 54 Alpha Mike, cleared approach,
Do
next
we now
report
have
4 miles.
weird upper airways?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Why am I behind the times?
Cleared approach.
How am I expected to control? I'm not, am I? No, fair enough.
I blame Mr. Pauly. Actually, no, I blame George. George is more fun to blame. So the Liffey routings will be NIM, and I should really learn these points. It would just make my life a lot easier, wouldn't it? Dinim is LSOX, I think.
Yeah.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Hello.
Hello.
Has your discussion finished?
Yep, we're just typing in routes.
Okay, we've come back with an issue. Amsterdam are concerned about the
User
73
joined your channel.
routing via Lamzo for Dusseldorf, the overflights.
Okay.
And would like to see if we can reduce that loading by moving track Tango, Dusseldorf's, via Conan. That depends on whether the Irish would like to do that and whether we have enough Brussels staffing.
Christopher, Brussels staffing?
Brussels is an odd one. They have a couple, but I'm not sure how much more than 2 people they have staffing.
I think the biggest issue, George, is actually London.
Ryanair 54 Alpha Mike, clear to land runway 21, surface wind checks 240 degrees 13 knots, IR viewers 21, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, stop in 750, close overcast 100.
And south is combined.
User was moved to your channel. User left your
54
channel.
Alpha Mike, in the event we go around standard missed approach.
And missed approach for Ryanair 54.
How much do we reckon we're going to get, like, non-event in Central? Because I imagine we're going to get quite a few going up and down, left and right in there as well.
That reminds me, yes. Can we set a rule, please, between Amsterdam and London that no more than one departure during peak times, no more than one departure every 10 minutes to Heathrow or Gatwick, and vice versa?
I think it'd be easier than to just completely shut off all traffic from Amsterdam and London. Because getting numbers in like that is going to be very difficult and be disappointing for many people, I think.
Well, I mean, I would encourage them not to do that route in the first place, but I think it into the perspective of them saying, no, you can't fly it, and them saying, why not, and having arguments.
Sure.
I think one in 10 minutes is approximate measure is just as long as everyone's warned, it's going to be a lot of delay. The danger, of course, because we're going to have Heathrow staffed and Amsterdam staffed, is that it will become very popular. And there's just a bit of a worry of us just departing them all.
Is it going to be a restriction for all of the London airports, so Gatwick, Heathrow, or and Stansted
Ryanair 54 Alpha Mike, on the ground time 3618, back track, right on Alpha, Parky Stanmore.
Gatwick.
I think Heathrow and Gatwick. I don't mind so much with all the others.
180 back track, right on Alpha, Parky Stanmore.
Heathrow staffing will be very much bare bones from what I can gather.
Yeah, it's more London that will get slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if we say that and we just people to expect very, very long delays, we suggest you fly somewhere else. And if not, just one every 10 minutes won't be too bad.
Check.
Chris, what is the situation with France staffing?
They are providing some controllers, but the estimate number is 3 controllers to provide en route coverage.
Of which sectors have we asked? They're just doing their front upper.
Yes, front upper.
Well, in that case, George, if that's what you're thinking, we could switch the Victor down via Radka.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, if I'm honest, we could switch both of them via Radka. That's even better. So we can send both of them to hang around Victor.
Oh, sorry, right. Yeah.
Then that sends only 49 through Lamso, and then bring 43 via France.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, pretty much. James.
What does that do to your arrivals if your track Victor traffic comes via France? Does that improve the situation?
Imad Amsterdam, you mean, or Imad Düsseldorf? Traffic from track Victor will then come via France, so that's the routing via Dinit then, I presume. Yeah, doesn't, I mean, for it's basically movement, but we don't mind accepting all traffic via Red Van.
I'd say we'd prefer it, actually. I think it would be better, Mark. It does put some relief on our Sugol entry. It
of course, that's true, but we don't have any controller scheduled for the southern sector at the moment specifically.
No, but
so,
it's going to
yeah.
be merged with the east sector anyway, so I think we'll be fine with that.
Yeah, but East will also be busy with inbound Düsseldorf, so
should be fine.
All right, so yeah, I guess we are happy with. I mean, what percentage are we talking then?
Amsterdam, I'm thinking just your 19 there from track Victor, but your small amount.
I'm sure
that's
fine.
just the
Alpha
Orlando
Mike
traffic, right?
Alpha.
Just the
Apron,
Orlando
parking stand 1. Your flight plan closed 2139. Cheers, shot.
And then the
Track
track Tango can come London to Redfer still. That'll be 36.5 aircraft.
So basically, all Tango track is going to be via Redfer then?
Yeah, Kieran, does that sound okay?
Yeah, just remind me again. So that's we're sending the 2 Dusseldorfs from Tango Victor via Ratke. We're also sending the Victor by Ratke.
I'm just amending on the diagram slightly. So if we did with the Amsterdam, the same with the Dusseldorfs. And then this Amsterdam here, or directly through west, that way. How's that?
So it looks like they're rerouting Amsterdam traffic on the south.
Vergibso rather, yeah.
It could if you want to. I was thinking more of Mike 179 direct to Compton, and then Redfer.
Yeah, that's probably better because then West has to merge it. So yeah.
There's no merging. There's no merging because that's it.
Oh yeah, it's con, isn't it? Fine, yeah. Whatever. Looks nicely.
So that makes.
So in case you don't know, everything in white here to the left is Irish airspace. So the white edges is the Irish airspace boundary. And then you've got London, Scottish, North Sea.
Still need to move the 19 from...
And the exit points.
No, just delete it rather.
On the east side of UK airspace.
Well, that's France, isn't it?
So yeah, for reference, Gatwick is right there.
Yep.
Manchester would be around here.
Yep, that's nice.
Okay.
Should we have our argument about the weird route now?
Hang on, let me just let's just finish this bit. Dusseldorf, are you happy with that routing there?
Yep, that should be fine.
Yep, okay. And Amsterdam, that improves your area situation, doesn't it? And it also improves your approach situation.
Yep.
Great, okay. Right, Kieran, sorry, what was it? The Gatwick one?
Yes. What's...
Right, I like the idea of stack swap, but I hate the way you've done it.
Right. I think now that that traffic has all been moved out, it doesn't make a difference anymore.
I still like the idea of stack swap.
As in automatically, so you mean like routing it to Goodwood?
Yeah, just do a standard stack swap.
Yeah, the reason we did it like that was because...
Gibso, Kuhmill, Avond, Goodwood, Seaford.
The reason Chris and I liked that was because our original plan involved TC Southwest plus South. And because we'd be holding at high levels, taking it around to avoid lots of vectoring. But of course that's all gone to pot anyway.
It's all gone. Yeah.
And especially as now there's actually not a huge workload on South, that doesn't bother me at all.
The option that I like even more...
You've got that dangerous sound of your voice.
Why?
What's the one you like, George? What's your favourite?
The option I like even more is Timber 1 Delta. Because essentially that then becomes a vertical problem to do at all. You take them across the top of southwest at 17 on the Timber 1 Delta, so Midhurst Mayfield. Where's it before that? Southampton, Midhurst Mayfield at 17.
Yeah, Richie, Amoko is down here, track Victor.
Do just fly in? Like,
True, but you end up dropping them later because by pushing them north, that's
so as
where
you
all
see,
of the Gatwick other traffic's coming
but
from.
they've crossed all that Gatwick traffic.
The calculations are there's going to be around 19 aircraft.
Mayfield.
Yes, and Mayfield is very close to Timber.
The numbers are the expected or planned amount of aircraft.
Whereas if they went Goodwood, yes, I don't see.
So as you can see, there's
Huge
around
benefit what you're saying.
73 aircraft going to be routed around here.
Okay, so then we could just amend it. 17 Goodwood. Drop them as they're once they're safe against the rest of it.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, sounds good.
Gives a little bit more leg room on the Timber side as well. Assuming that you're going to get at least a few people going in.
It allows for
a confirm you got our flight plan.
Kidley.
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango Waterford Tower, good evening, affirm.
As well, there's stuff stuck high and west, you might be able to get that over the top as well, so it's a fairly simple stack swap from that direction, in some respects.
So just to clarify, we're going all the way to Southampton and then right on the airways to Goodwood.
No, so it can follow the Timber Star, Gibso, Coomil, Avent, Goodwood, then Seaford.
I was thinking it would be best to file it all the way to Goodwood and avoid Coomil so that people's FMCs didn't try and it didn't look right, if you see what I mean, if they try and put in the wrong stuff.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
We went by Southampton and Goodwood.
The problem there, though, is that you start getting them too far north, don't you, if you're going towards Southampton?
Yeah,
right. Where are they coming from?
Goodwood also is fine by my...
So we can do play up November. Gapley to Sam. That's actually more awkward than it looks. Upper Lima 620.
Sorry, I need my Charlie Mike Tango ready back.
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango Waterford Ridge 55.
When you say that was more awkward than it looks.
Yeah, there's just
thank you, we're the Baron 58 from the GA with India, and we're looking to do some island approach. That's 2-1 taxi, please.
Because I know
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango, you ready for taxi at this time?
Only is west.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Charlie Tango.
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango, taxi Alpha, enter backtrack line 21 ATC clearance and ready.
Yeah, it does. Well, it does at low level anyway, because otherwise you can't get out of Southampton.
You'll taxi Alpha backtrack to 1, and we're ready to copy Echo Charlie. Echo Mike Tango.
Bournemouth then.
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango cleared IF for.
I think they fell direct again. Let's just try it.
3,000 feet, your squawk 0102.
First person to find out what that airway is.
Your arrivals again is 0102 for Mike Tango.
What
airway? Charlie Mike Tango, you're going to join the ILS at Gamble.
Suddenly Andy's interested.
Only because I happen to
and
the upper ATS routes.
Sure, sir, I'll give you the range in a moment.
Eastbound.
Okay, Cody Charlie Mike Tango, taxi Alpha enter backtrack 2-1, report ready.
Yankee 8.
It's Yankee 8. It is. It's.
Backtrack 2-1, report ready, Echo Mike
Bi-directional
Tango.
option, Southampton.
Groom Lake, yeah, I'm in the
Wahoo.
meeting in the background. The planning meeting is going on.
Right, so we're doing Upper Lima
specifically for Europe.
20.
Southampton, Key 8, Goodwood.
Yes, the lower level the lower level airway is.
As you can see, this is the European room.
Alright, let's do that.
We've got the Icelandic,
cool.
Scandinavian
Okay.
room, and we've got
And
the North American.
You're going to hate this, I know, but let's put in the Timber Star in. Shall we put that in the route string, or do we not need to now that we've gone Goodwood?
I don't know how you guys work it on the in the website. It's in Charlie, isn't it?
They should be sent out after 12 o'clock, Richie.
I'll keep typing these. You fix everything that isn't UK, pretty please.
Echo India Charlie Mike Tango, clear takeoff 2-1, surface wind checks 24013.
Just gonna go and give Chris a quick heads up as to where we're at.
Sure, take off to 1 Echo Tango,
Oh,
and
hello,
we're going to join the ILS from
Sorry, I didn't know you said a message. I heard a
Hogbow,
noise, but I
which
thought it was
is
just my brain.
5.5 team
Brussels has
2000 feet.
confirmed coverage.
Lovely, thank you.
Echo Mike Tango, okay.
User left your channel.
Brussels has confirmed coverage. We're not going to use them anymore.
That's okay. They just we need to tell them. I'll just keep it quiet.
Okay.
No,
Well,
we'll still
it'll
need
go
to
across
apart
them.
Apart from the whole room, but nobody tell anyone.
It'll go across them the short way.
I think what's also important is
So
I
again,
set
anybody flying to
expectation
Dublin
by
tomorrow?
not telling them what might happen, so they'll not know.
Messed that up again. So it looks like it's going to be Track Quebec and Romeo. Limerick.
Okay, right. Any more issues with Gatwick
Direct
traffic?
Asgar. And for Quebec, Dogal, Bexit, Direct Olapo. And for Dublin, it'll be the Olapo and Asgar.
I think we're going to be alright with that, aren't we? With that massive lot coming from...
I think this is the only time when I might ever call a Kessie a blessing.
User joined your channel.
Echo Mike Tango, we are now at 1,700 feet, and we're going to climb
Yeah, that is an awful lot of traffic coming through
2.16 headwind, and we're right.
But...
Turn back over towards the NB.
Right.
And then head right against the island.
Right, we need to focus.
Can you try Mike Tango clear self position
George,
ILS runway
routes
21
outside.
for turning
Okay.
funds.
Fast. Don't forget, by the way, that
outside of the UK.
Don't forget, by the way, that this line, which I
Report final for 2 Echo Mike Tango.
Stand by. What colour is it? I can't see. It's purple at the moment. Yellow one. Right.
Am I right in saying that that's our new plan?
Yes. Yes,
That'll
because
work
that's
very
what
well
we
for
wanted
us.
to do, wasn't it? Amsterdam, that's what you actually wanted to change.
So as I see that going away that way.
Much better.
That line is
Yeah,
so
it's
much
definitely
better like that.
Okay, so that's
We're
going
going to have 2 streams.
This one's
overflying Dublin, as well as the arrivals into Dublin.
which used
This
to
isn't the scale
via,
Dublin is around here.
Liffey to Lamzo. That's the original point of why we did that rerouting, and we just didn't ever change it. We've now changed it to go via Ratka and then into France.
Oh, so we're across the other way, son of a bitch.
Who's moving all of those?
That would be me.
Okay.
George, do your routes.
I am doing.
Christopher.
Available.
Thank you. Could you do some routes, please? Thanks.
Traffic.
Yes, what would you like me to do?
I would like you to do everything that is yellow, please. Check and do. Bearing in mind, George has done a lot of them, so stringent checking required.
Okay, as I said, the area here to the white is Irish airspace.
Right, so let's just
run
through the European routes after the UK then. So for Dusseldorf via Lonam, are we going to use Upper Papa 7, Pampas, Upper Papa 62, Tebro?
Correct.
Okay, so that's that one done. Right, Amsterdam, you're anyway, aren't you? That's fine.
Can you just update the numbers with the routes, because if we add up the percentages now.
So the Dusseldorf streams are
They're not percentages, they are
yellow.
Kieran will explain.
Almost.
And Amsterdam are green, I believe.
The number of planes you will have total. Almost.
So black for Dublin, red for Gatwick.
You mean?
No.
Green for Dusseldorf.
Okay, right.
Yellow for Amsterdam.
Otherwise, someone's getting 73 per hour down a track, which is quite a lot.
It's quite a lot, isn't it?
Plane.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So there you go.
I think now those numbers are correct, Amsterdam.
All right, great. Well, sure, okay.
Yeah, I think they are. Okay. Dusseldorf route here. Oh, do we need to delete one of these?
So as I said, kind of visualize it yourself. White is Irish airspace. Coloured sectors are UK airspace.
And then we'll come back.
And over here to the right then would be Amsterdam, Brussels. So if you're flying into Dublin tomorrow, Quebec and Romeo.
What was the routing you wanted going through Compton for the stuff ending up at Redford? Was it Leslie? And then what?
Compton to Redford.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to go Gapley, did you? Is that what that was? That's a bit odd.
If it's a strange one, yeah, I was thinking Gapley up on Mike 197 Redford.
So the problem with that is you then end up merging it with Gatwick with traffic that then immediately diverges.
Sorry, where?
With this Gatwick one. Which admittedly is now not going through exactly that route, but is going in through Gapley.
Okay, then we can do... Oh, well, Mike 197 is really useful.
Yep. I was thinking, now that we're less busy in south, we may as well have them merge it slightly. So we may as well send it Leslie, come in through Merley and Southampton again, then go up. That's a bit clinky, but...
I can like coming through the Parkway.
Not Ockham, no. Yeah, Park, but
what about
from Southampton.
What about Leslie, Merley, Abduct, Lima 607 to Inlac?
Where's Abduct?
It's just before Brecon. Because
Okay,
by that point the Gatwicks will have descended.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's essentially that's the way. If we take them through Compton, they have to go and join that other area, which is fine.
I actually don't know, Fabio. I think it's about 5 PM
for ease of
local
being able to
Irish
see
time,
because that's going to go straight over the top of Ockersey.
Between 5 and 6 anyway, I think.
Yeah, happy with that?
Not entirely, because it's going to go over the top of Ockersey, and you won't be able to see them.
We could bring the Wicks in via Lullox, then, if we wanted to. On a hand, that's Gapley again. We want to go Gapley because it goes directly to Compton. Okay, so if we bring... No, there's nothing south of Gapley.
Yeah. Okay, let's do... Why not just leave them, please, then? Oh, because someone's got to merge them. Okay, that's not going to work.
So the choices, I think there's only two choices. Either sort of move them around in Southampton.
I've no
merge
idea,
them from
Richie.
Southampton, or take them up.
Yeah,
towards
I mean,
Brecon.
it all depends on how long you're on the ground in your departure airport.
Brecon feels a bit like the danger area where everything's kind of going to be going on.
Yeah, I don't like Brecon.
I mean, I know they'll be thinking about descending at Brecon, but honestly, at least in the past times I've done it, most of them haven't descended much before Brecon, if not at.
Why don't we do Leslie up November 514 to Gibso?
514 to Gibso, yeah. So we're taking them via Southampton, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because by Gibso, going to have started going down.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to check that we were happy. And actually, they're not merging with anything anyway, so that's the most sensible thing. It's that, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know why we didn't just do that. That's much more sensible. Andy.
Yeah.
I'm going down the green routes from top to bottom. You'll see me editing them as I go. You run them through some route-related program. I'm currently on the one that starts at. So
any particular preference of route-related program?
Whatever Your preference is as long as it will check to see if I've
black routes are for Dublin. Red routes are for Gatwick. Green are for Amsterdam. And the yellow are for Düsseldorf.
Hello, Waterford, Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, have the lovely latest information. India passing 82 inbound Whiskey Tango Delta, descending 5,000 feet. We have 1012.
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, Waterford Tower, good evening. Report your bearing and distance from the Waterford beacon.
Yes. Well, you can start at the top and work down.
Okay, we are 5 Guinea on the inbound 304 radio. Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, passing level 7-8 now.
George, does the 620 doesn't
Fraction
go
45 Kilo Tango, Waterford Tower, copied. Hold at the beacon as published.
No,
and,
it's
cleared down to 5,000 feet. QNH 1016.
5,016 and hold as published at the beacon. Fraction 45 Kilo Tango.
Yeah, you got to go. I've got to go.
45 Kilo Tango, Tower, Roger. I have one IR4 in the circuit.
Yeah, you do.
Roger.
Sam, no, hang on. You can do.
Go into Charlie Mike Tango Tower.
Brookman's Park.
Yeah, but what is that? What is that park airway? I can't remember what it is.
I think it's the upper.
Go into Charlie Mike Tango Tower.
Prizes, everyone, please, for the upper airway eastbound going from Southampton to Brookman's Park.
Mike 185.
Mike
Lever 620, which moves into Mike 185, I think.
Which one is it?
It's November. I think it's November 866. I think.
Yeah, that one. I think that makes sense.
Is it upper November or November?
Just a single November, according to the chart. Just
But the November,
866.
I'm just trying to help, but November 866 is only available in westbound direction.
Westbound.
That's annoying.
There
In
is.
that case, I don't
You
think
can
it's
do
a
it.
direct airway.
You can do it. There is a
It's
way.
Fredo.
Is it upper mic one? No, it's not.
I don't know. They've changed it around, isn't it? So it used to be 189, and then they switched that dodgy airway because of stupid.
There's one issue of the Scottish with the Scottish Green route.
I think it's 866. I'm not sure it is one way. I think it becomes one way after Southampton.
I'll check the ATS now.
Oh, maybe
There's no
press the
standard
right
route
button.
that way. Oh, yes, there is. It's Gapley, Upper Lima 620 to Midhurst, Upper Mike 185, Brookman's Park.
Do you want to type that to me?
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango. I'm not getting any comms from the arriving traffic.
So it is by Midhurst.
Are you looking for the ILS? Well, obviously for the ILS from me too.
Yeah, or the one for the correct level.
Yeah, Fraction 45 Kilo Tango. To impact. We can follow the team here around or whatever to establish it.
It's number 22.
Yep, for Fraction 45 Tango, cleared down to 3,000
yeah,
feet.
I'd rather use a
QNH 1016, clear self position.
Really,
on the procedure for the ILS, runway 21, and you can report turning inbound.
Okay, lovely. 3,000 feet, 1016, clear the procedure and established turning inbound. Fraction 45 Kilo Tango.
One-directional, but I'm not sure about in between. It does
What?
really do
It must connect the two.
Yeah, it does. But whether it's
Yeah, that looks right. That looks very normal. Let's do that.
Okay, so we're not using this Gapley route anymore.
Well, we are. To Gatwick.
Nathan, I don't know yet.
No, not the
it'll be
Gapley.
I'll be controlling Dublin.
Amsterdam.
What position yet? They haven't seen a roster, so. Packers is usually after midnight.
We agree routes look fine in Skyfax.
GMT, so...
Are we intentionally using two different routes for the Amsterdam and Dusseldorf traffic via the north?
Amsterdam
Some of
and
it's going via Mike 16
Didn't
Dallas.
you put those routes in?
Oh
yes, I've changed that. So I've changed it away from Dulles because that was wrong. So I've changed one of them, not the second one.
I didn't put Dulles in the first place, so someone's changed it to Dulles and then we've changed it back again.
So no, I mean I've changed away from Desig. One of them's wrong, and I changed it. So whichever one is not the one you did.
I got mine out of the SRD.
Really?
Yes.
By Desig?
Yes.
Why? Why would you go by Desig?
Nathan, as you can see, it's the Cross the Pond planning meeting. So there's the team speak.
Liffey to Lamso.
You've got the Scandinavian room down
Surely
here.
You take up a Lima 975
You've got ourselves in
all
the
the way
Europe
along.
room, and you've got North America.
It's Mike 16 now, but yes, that's what I would usually do.
Why isn't there a route from Liffey to Lamso on there anymore? Yes, I've the route for the wrong level.
So is the one that goes Wallaceian? That's the one I would change with Mike 16.
Yeah, it's a Blue 975 Wallacey, Mike 16.
Nearly done.
What's the reported visibility for 5 Kilo Tango?
For 5 Kilo Tango, visibility is 750 meters, fog, clouds overcast 100, latest IR VRs, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, stop end 750.
Okay, thank you very much for our good thing.
Okay, so green routes are done. Red routes I've updated.
Okay, guys. This looks like I believe to be the tracks
Yellow routes
for
George
tomorrow.
is doing. Black routes are very simple.
Now we're just missing the routes via France towards Amsterdam, right?
George is on the case. We hope.
Now this hasn't been edited yet, so I don't take it as gospel.
Island, is there a fix to route tracker for Somax or Amoko arrivals?
Somax goes. Do you have Atsur in there?
Not really, because
So it's Somax Atsur.
Rapka.
Don't put the Somax. Put Atsur as the beginning.
Okay. Do you want a DCT in there or not?
Atsur as the beginning.
Okay. Does that mean it's going to come out as
Don't believe it has any
Atsur?
scheduled services anymore.
Nats Alpha we've already put in the system are Somax DCT.
That's the Somax route, and then the Amoko route. Is there anything?
Yes, Gunso.
Gunso. Wow, that's a bit of a turn.
Yes, well, if we had known we were going to do France, we might well have taken these to a tiki.
Tuning in about 45 Kilo Tango, establishing 2-1.
Do you still want to?
I've mentioned
Fraction
it to Chris,
45 Kilo Tango cleared ILS approach runway 21.
but I think it's a bit late
report
for the North
4
Americans.
miles.
I don't think that's a huge problem on our end.
Export 4 miles to ILS approach runway 21, fraction 45 Kilo Tango.
Won't make that much of a difference because
There's a
only one
lot
airport.
of problems going on in that North New York oceanic side of things, so rocking the boat, not a good plan right now.
Okay, well let's route it through Omoko and then just...
Yeah, I've mentioned to Chris, if they end up changing it, we'll just...
Track
just
whiskey. Oh man, I did the wrong one.
User was moved to your channel.
Gunso, direct rack. Okay, I've got the Dusseldorf route that was supplied to me via France on there. Only the Amsterdam routing via France, which I didn't think we would need. Amsterdam, would you be able to get me a routing via France, please? I think it's going to start pretty much the same as this one does.
From which that's at Recce or?
We're going to go from Picard.
Picard, just a moment.
Papa Indy Kilo or
And 45 Kilo Tango, sorry, 2.5 miles, and just getting the lights in sight now.
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, clear land 21, surface wind 240 degrees, 13 knots. IRVRs, touchdown 750, midpoint 750, stop end 750.
Cleared land 21, copy that, 45 Kilo Tango.
Oh yeah, that was not in the table I sent you.
No, it wasn't,
No,
sorry.
no worries. I just okay, I just need a few minutes to sort that out.
I think the one that's already on here is good for quite a long way.
Actually, Kieran, you got a second?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, right, Kieran Breen. Sorry, yeah. Just, yeah. Is there any room anywhere? Meeting room. If we get into it.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, you on the ground?
45 Kilo Tango making the 180 back track.
Right, I see
Jeez,
that the Amsterdam route sort of needs to go via
should be.
doesn't it? And then up in November 873.
Have you lost radar contact?
Comes the upper Yankee.
Lost visual contact. 45 Kilo Tango, you're on the ground time 13, 180 backtrack, right Alpha, apron.
There's actually a weekend conditioner route
Hey,
that
backtrack
can
right
use, that's
Alpha,
Upper Yankee
apron,
873, so...
Upper Yankee 873. Okay, so where does your arrival start at?
At Dinnet.
At Dinnet starts. So Upper Yankee 873, let's trace that back.
45 Kilo Tango, report runway vacated.
Evra.
Welcome.
So I need to get to Evra via leg. Oh, that's awkward because it crosses through the other one.
I'm asking to see what they're doing in North America.
User joined
Derek,
your channel.
just now.
The only option I'm seeing is via Jersey, actually.
How are you getting there via Jersey? Where have you gone?
Looking back, you mean?
After Jersey. After Jersey.
After Jersey, you mean in west or eastbound direction?
Eastbound.
Eastbound. Upper November. We're 160. Then routing to Uniform Kilo.
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango. Taxi Alpha.
Then UT 176 to Evroy, but I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you. Just located and
if that's a valid
Alpha
routing
Stand 1
of
of Marshall 45 Kilo Tango.
IF POV.
Let's just try and run it through a.
4 Kilo Tango. Marshall is not on stand yet. Who's the whole here?
User was moved to your channel.
I just put in the sandwich away.
He's probably in the break room.
User disconnected from your channel.
So it's going to be Upper November 160 Busuck.
User left your channel.
For Kilo Tango, and shut down.
Fraction 45 Kilo Tango, the pleasure was all mine. Your flight plan closed. 2216. Cheers for flying in, boss. Talk to you again, boy.
Bye now.
So yeah, as I said, looks like the 4 streams for Gatwick are in red. And as you can tell, it's being so quiet.
It's past validation, so it should be good.
Okay. So I'm looking at then.
If you expected it to be a bunch of people
supposed to route
shouting at each other over routing.
Ah, thank you. Upper Tango 176 Evra, 873 Beldy, 473 Lumil, 873 Dennett. Perfect.
User left your channel.
Hopefully, Richie, not too sure yet. But I won't be streaming that one. I'll have to find out if we're doing it first.
Right, I think that's all the routes, isn't it? That's everything done. Yay.
There's just a bit missing on the route towards Düsseldorf, routing via Lamzo, the end part over Amsterdam airspace.
Ah, yes, thank you. I was halfway through doing this. Okay, so the
oh yeah, Richie, the emails will go out. Don't worry. If you have a slot
is
booked,
Upper Lima 603.
all this information will be sent to that email address you booked.
62 Tebro. Are you happy with that? Because that will merge at Pampas.
Yes.
Amsterdam, happy with that?
Sorry, I was looking at something else. Could you say it again?
The Lamso routing for Dusseldorf will merge with the Lonam routing for Dusseldorf at Pampas. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the reason we moved some traffic to the south.
Great. Okay, that's that sorted then. Yeah, Kieran, route's done.
Cool. Just running them myself, and then we will.
Because that's a lethal amount of Cassie and a lethal amount of hitting Willow, so maybe one or two more going to Timber wouldn't hurt too much.
Yeah, don't forget you can do that anyway. Suggesting though is that
it's not bad. What is coming in to
the important thing just to remember is that if you do this, we don't want to put too much via Timber because we want the number in Timber to only be at Timber. It becomes a very big. It becomes more of a problem when you're en route holding with some going to Willow, some going to Timber. So you want Timber to be full but not flowing.
That's a fair point.
Kieran, what is going on to track Tango?
Meaning?
On the American side, what is entering track Tango?
Combination of JFK, Boston, and Washington, depending on how they end up working.
Okay, we take part of that, so part of track Tango's Gatwick traffic via the south into Timber.
Yeah.
So split those routes. And do that with it. Or we can rather than Gapley, that could come in at Arkhill, and London can merge it at Dawley with the Gapley stuff.
You want to cross the Leslie route, or?
No.
I see.
Being south of that.
Yes. I mean, Arkhill would be fine. Leslie seems more convenient, doesn't it? Or am I just making that? No, it doesn't matter at all, does it?
For the Irish there.
Yep, Arkhill, Dawley.
Traffic.
Then same as before, Gibso.
Yeah, it's Arkhill.
Just to follow his man.
For Papa 70, Dawley.
I'd like to not send too much that way though.
Yeah, I agree, Kieran. Just a little bit might just make a Cassie a little bit less hectic.
Yes, but in theory, the way that having central just to automatically hold and have a gap and put them through, the idea we get a Cassie quite quickly. But yes.
Where were you thinking the hold was going to be? I was assuming
in the
Kidley,
corridor.
But...
Heppel, Dissit, whichever one it is. I think it's Dissit, isn't it?
I'm not sure it's even
I think
published in the.
technically it's Honolulu. I think technically it's Honolulu, but is it just
yeah, it's Honolulu.
Basically, just pick somewhere useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else really going down the corridor, so provided we don't get too many people flying Scotland to Gatwick, we should be cool.
Yep. So, what kind of numbers are you thinking here, George?
Thinking all of
so
one of those three
it's going
airports.
to be 5
Gatwick
streams
traffic.
into Gatwick.
The number of airports is irrelevant because the program does it by percentages, so it'll just randomly allocate.
And 4
okay,
of those streams
so
are to
maybe
the south
a
here.
third of the track Tango Gatwick.
Way too much. Way too much.
And one
we
track
don't
up
want
the north by
south,
Resno, coming down south through Scotland.
Have to do en route holding.
Manchester.
The way this works well is that the en route holding does not happen.
Well, it's not going to because it's going to go into Timber.
Right, but if you put
and if it's not going to go into Timber, it's going to hold at Goodwood,
which is in south.
No, it's in TC South.
Not if we're doing a high level above the other traffic, which will have to be because it's going over the top of the Willow traffic. You'll have to be at 17 or above.
How much is a third of Track Tango's Gatwick's there? A third of 49, isn't it? So you're looking at just over, well, 15-ish.
Traffic. So I think the numbers are wrong. I think it's 24.
So that number on Track Tango is actually 24?
No, I think that's the amount you're talking about switching. Which makes the numbers as follows. It makes it 49 via Rekesi, 27 via the corridor, then 43 via the stack swap. Which is a lot.
So as I said earlier,
no, I think your numbers
green
are wrong.
Are Amsterdam,
okay.
Yellow
where
are
have your numbers come from? Because if your numbers there are wrong, 24 and 49,
so
then
green boxes
wrong,
are going to be the flight plans to Amsterdam.
That's what I'm interpreting by what you're
exiting
saying.
The Atlantic until you get to Amsterdam.
If you think it's a
and the
different
yellow
proportion
boxes
than
are going to be the
24,
routings once you exit the
how
Atlantic.
many are
yeah,
you
lower than that.
To Düsseldorf.
I'm saying switch a third of that 49.
So,
not
so
a third.
Exiting UK airspace at Lonam, you've got that routing
the total
for
number of
Düsseldorf.
Gatwick.
So 16 is what you're saying, yes?
Yeah.
I still think it's too many. I'd go down
a quarter.
So
more than 10, less than 20.
11. Fine, let's do 13.
Because if you did 13, that would take us to... Oh, if we've got 100 coming in via Willow, so that would take us down to 87 Willows versus 32 Timbers. Call it 10.
10 is lovely.
Yeah, everyone.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Why is that 36.5 grouped onto my other lines? So annoying.
User joined your channel.
Are we happy?
Yep, I think we're good.
Okay, finally, then to confirm non-event routings, the situation would be for Ireland traffic Romeo, for anything to anywhere other than Dublin coming from Toronto to be coming down November and Papa, and for almost everything else to be coming in at Bedra or a MoCo. So MoCo if it's or Miami, and then JFK and Boston from Bedra. Lovely. Everyone happy. Simon, I see your team has returned.
Yes, we are sorted.
Could you draw what you planned on the diagram, please?
Okay. In fact, I think we've got it in Sky Vector, don't we? Julius?
Yeah, go.
Do you still have the Sky Vector diagrams?
Yeah, sure. In the box.
Okay, lovely. And what's your distribution in there?
Okay, so the bottom track is all Copenhagen traffic.
Yes, correct.
And the two tracks, 50-50 guys, is it? Or did you?
50-50 to Oslo, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really care, but I think Oslo wants them 50-50.
Can someone then please type out the entire route string, beginning of those tracks, all the way to the airport?
We've got that, I think. Chris has already got that. That's in the master document, I think. In the
could we have them here as well? Anyway, I would point out, I believe your track in the first instance in the first bit from Gander, that steep climb. I'd have to work it out, but I'm fairly sure those two aren't separated.
So I believe they're the Scandinavian
you mean Iceland tracks?
routings
Yes.
tomorrow?
The tracks that you just sent me, the first part of them, i.e. the bit from Gander, again, I have to work it out, but that looks steep enough that that's not going to be separated.
Yeah, the southern track is not gonna be separated. The northern track is gonna be separated to tube flows.
No, I don't mean, I mean separated as an ATC separation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you might have to amend that second point because of that.
Which point is that?
The second point on the lower track. I think if you amend that to be a bit lower, you probably can get them separated, but again, I haven't worked it out.
Isn't there 1 degree separation? And we're gonna, all the traffic is entering from Canada through these tracks are gonna be transferred directly to Iceland West, and we're gonna control everything we have radar covered. So we have separation as long as we have 10 nautical mile separation. So there is not gonna be an issue anywhere. We're not gonna do the Gander part in procedural because it's gonna be too much hassle.
And that was agreed, was it, Simon?
That's what the guys want to do. I think we're delegating them the airspace to do it, then I think there's something what they do with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to delegate us some airspace, I think it's our rules then, right?
Yeah, it comes into question of the realism of that because pilots are flying to be to fly realistically as they can, and I don't believe you guys would have radar coverage all the way to. But yeah, it's a pickle one way or another. I can see complaints happening.
Well, we don't really have stuffing to get in position reports. We don't have stuffing taking position reports for 2 tracks by 1 ATC and provide separation. That's not possible by us. So if there is complaints, then well, there is nothing I can really do. I'm sorry. Then we cannot take their airspace. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah.
I mean, the other option is to separate these tracks procedurally anyway, as in we could make the routes procedurally separated, and then yeah, I suppose we'll just have to do that. But
I mean, isn't there at this point these tracks don't they have 1 degree separation?
Right, but it doesn't work like that because of the curvature of the globe. It depends on what your latitude is, doesn't it? As to the slope, as to whether or not they actually are separated.
Oh, curvature of the world. That's going to trigger the flat earthers.
Okay. Well, will you figure out if they are so you say they are not separated. Okay, so you want to change 1 point up further south on the southern track.
Traffic.
Cheers for follow, VSO Pro.
Right, Kieran. So, what do you suggest?
Yes,
do you have anything?
I'm just doing the maths in my head. It takes me I'm not that fast.
Okay.
Looks like there's a couple of Sigmets active. Volatile 0200 severe
Does
turbulence.
Shanwick have the capacity to random route it through the top?
Wait, what? Second.
For Simon, really, does Shanwick have any capacity to random route the Copenhagen's through the top end of
Not really,
Shanwick?
George, no.
Does Gander only have the capacity to do that, and then to hand it off to Reykjavik at the Gander-Shamwick border? Because that would reduce the amount of the Iceland need to do.
I mean, I think the plan is that all traffic from Gander, like Gander domestic, are gonna transfer direct to Reykjavik. So there is no Gander Oceanic in between on those tracks all the way. Even so, the Gander airspace there is delegated to Reykjavik.
It's all gone quiet again there. Anybody have any questions in chat?
Okay, so if you move your 60, 50 to 59, 50, that would laterally separate your tracks. And I think we'll just have to check in with Chris about our ocean staffing.
User left your channel.
Right, yeah, should be fine. I'm just thinking, is there what is the traffic's gonna enter via hoist, right, on that waypoint? Yeah. Is hoist still? Yeah, let's use hoist. Don't make it harder. Good, okay. That's fine.
User joined your channel.
Okay, let's do it. If we switch that point to 5950, and then we go as delegated, and then we'll remember to have that chat when we do this next time about which way around we do it.
Okay. And yeah, so all traffic from Canada domestic is still gonna be transferred to Iceland directly. I just want to confirm. Okay. Is there a representative to all Canada domestic here?
Yes, on the North America side, is there with them in the planning meeting?
Clearance and transfer procedures.
Okay. If I were you, I'd wait for the North American meeting to finish, which it looks like it has, and then Matt Cianfrani is your guy after they're done.
Okay, cool.
All right. Lovely. Are we all happy then?
Kieran, I don't know whether Gander have any available staff, but to keep realism, it might be worth running the Scandinavian ones via Gander and into Reykjavik.
Yes,
missing out.
The reason we're doing this is because we don't have the staff.
Not even half the staff to do just Gander.
We can try.
Not Shamwick.
To say the reason we did this about an hour ago before the meeting was we didn't have the staff. Mark, your first thoughts on.
User in your channel timed out. User entered your channel.
Somebody has an open mic. Click, 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 click.
Sorry, guys.
Let's go with this for now. And is everything else done, George?
Yep, everything is done on the Europe side. Actually, I just wanted to confirm with you guys the end string routings to the Scandinavian airports.
Yep.
So when they leave the tracks, which airports are using which track?
So the most southern one, the one that's up down at Valdi, that's going to be used exclusively for Copenhagen. And our plan is to go into two routes that will enter two different places in Copenhagen airspace. As the one we linked to below, which is the one that goes via Komoot. And then from there we'll space it in ourselves to Copenhagen.
Okay, so is that all Copenhagen traffic is taking Valdi?
Yeah, that will be no Oslo traffic, only Copenhagen traffic, and that will be all we will get.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's possible for you guys to split it 60-40 on the routings, or
yes, it will be.
All right, perfect.
And then all the Oslo traffic is taking the northern track from Gander domestic, and then that splits on the ocean. Is that right?
That's correct. Splitting it 50-50 would be nice.
Okay, and then from Isvig and from Paton, just one route from each point.
That's correct. As Simon pasted earlier.
Cool. I'll just get those from the history somewhere.
23 to 34.
Thank you. Okay. So there should be 4 routes there, is there? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool.
Haidel Evictus Odin.
Okay, George, can we start sending some people away?
Yes, we can.
Who are you still in discussion with about? I'm out of the loop.
I still need the Scandinavians just until I get these routes written down and in the sheet to double check them. But Amsterdam, I think we're finished up. Wait.
Yeah, I guess we are. Thanks.
Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Good luck, guys. Bye.
Good night.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Bye.
And Dusseldorf, I think we're also done. Any more questions from Dusseldorf?
He comes later.
Was that a yes?
User
No, we have another
user
question.
disconnected from your channel.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. Was that a? Did you have a question, or is that it?
No, we have no other questions. Lord.
Perfect. Okay, right. Dusseldorf, we are finished. Go to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you. Have a good across the pond.
You too.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, let me just get these Scandinavian routes done, and then we need to speak to Ireland about sectors, I think, don't we?
We're yet to finalising those.
Have you done them?
Kieran? It's nothing groundbreaking, it's just tweaking them a little bit slightly.
Okay, and I think the UK airport people can probably be excused if you would like to leave.
I can stay, and I need to finish the
User
ABC Ross as
disconnected
well.
from your channel.
Or help you at least, if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. I will be doing that in about 30 minutes.
Traffic.
Cheers for a follow, Kostov.
Kieran, the Scandinavian route at the top of the diagram.
Yep.
Do you want me to start the European route string with Isvig or not?
Yes, I would like that. No,
Okay.
I've changed my mind. I would not like that.
Just start with Mike 996.
Yes, please.
User joined your channel.
Hello.
Hello.
On the routes via Iceland, we have a slight issue. So, on the Scandinavian side, we want to have basically one route to Oslo, one route to Copenhagen. Okay, not quite that simple, but it's basically the plan. So one entry point that goes to Oslo, one entry point that goes to Copenhagen. On the Canadian side, they cannot accommodate that.
Sorry.
So,
so you want like yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. Yeah, someone else can figure it out.
Yeah, well, what we can do, I don't know if this is a plan that will work for everybody, is we can start from the same 2 points and we can points or 2 points, whatever. And there can be a moment of crossover from one track to the other, somewhere about where you already have your split between the two exit points, and we can then plan that at flight level then instead of by routing. So destination Oslo on an even level, destination Copenhagen on an odd level. Make the crossover, they will be separated.
That sounds complicated. Yeah,
That sounds okay.
I understand what you mean, but I just don't like. I can understand it, but just when I go to my controllers tomorrow morning and try to explain all this, like we have already one track splitting into two, and then we would have crossovers going all over the place. So like Iceland, even though we have radar coverage, we can't do like everything. So.
Okay, you wanted to have the split, so if that's too complicated, then we just cancel that.
The alternative is that we do one crossover on domestic, Scandinavian domestic.
But as the plan is now, the Copenhagen traffic is not going to be anywhere near the Oslo traffic, so...
Yeah, but Canada cannot present the traffic to you in that way. So your eastern end works fine, but the western end doesn't. So you either have to swap that in Iceland or domestically in Scandinavia.
So I'm not that familiar with, not sure what actually the problem is. They can't have all Copenhagen traffic on one track.
The issue is that Canada, you guys are getting your 160 planes. Canada has to work all 600 of them past each other. And what they can't manage to do, planes, is to cross all your traffic such that it's the right way around at the very start of the routes. What they need you to do is that you need to do some of the crossing for them. So they cross it through everything else. But you're going to have to cross maybe half the traffic from one side to the traffic on the other.
Okay, so we need some of the Oslo traffic on the southernmost entry as well. Okay.
And you can do that wherever you want. It doesn't really matter where it happens. It's just that they can't cross it through for you.
And will that mean as well that we need to have some of the Copenhagen traffic from the northern entry point as well then?
Yes. Of course, you can adjust your oceanic points if that makes it. You could diverge them further so that you had 4 routes whereby the 2 of them converge. So, i.e., so that both of the tracks converged off. So you had 4 entry points to your domestic airspace, and then you switch them from there. That would be perfectly possible.
Should be possible. But we agree on the 3 points that are going to be used on the eastern side of the Icelandic Valley, Ipton and Isvik.
Yeah, again, you can have whatever you guys want for that. It doesn't.
As long as Canada
matter.
can get all traffic on both entry points, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they can get the traffic to those points.
Daniel,
they just can't get it all the right way around.
What I think, because Stavanger is gonna have a huge load that way, I'm thinking Valdi traffic. If you can get like a third route from Valdi to a third star or something, that it goes like further south, like so we have like 3 routes going to Oslo. And maybe even the Valdi traffic could go like to the southern star. What you have Ipton traffic going to that star, or you can make a new waypoint on Valdi that on the new Valdi traffic going new star. That would help a little bit, and then traffic to Copenhagen could enter via Ipton, and there was just one crossing you have to do with Ipton traffic going to Copenhagen.
3 points for Oslo is even better for us. We get to distribute. Actually, right now the southernmost Oslo sector has got nothing actually, so that means we can distribute some traffic to him as well, and so that's even better.
Right. So
So do you want us to disappear again and then get this sorted out and come back to you guys?
Yeah, I think that sounds sensible. Why doesn't Simon take the Scandinavian group back down to the meeting room? Can we discuss?
User disconnected from your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
George.
Yes.
Are you done with the people in this room?
London, yes. We need to know Dublin
Dublin sectors, sorry. Shannon sectors.
Shannon sectors.
Kieran,
check your PMs.
Just me or
yeah,
who?
just you.
Oh, useless.
I know, yeah.
Wow, that's very yellow.
Yeah, it's just.
It's just looking like a sector for Nota, a sector for Sota, and then
East,
the rest in between. Split, yeah. Well,
let's
not really.
I'll just give you the entry points. You don't need to. You don't really care who hands off.
We do.
London, do you? Once they
We
hand off
just
to the right person.
sometimes we have to hand traffic back.
Okay, Nota as it stands is the same.
Which is what?
Not off the top of my head. It is. Why is it not off the top of my head actually?
Just what between Resno and Venair to.
Oh, sorry.
Between Nybog and Molak.
The frequency.
Sorry.
I was asking the frequency.
1356 is south. It is 12297. I'm showing. Does that sound right?
Nota
Kieran?
12297.
Yeah. Nota is 122.97.
The Dublin traffic will be going to Shannon on 131.150 for both tracks.
That's 13750. So that's your normal.
131.150.
131.150. Yep.
So that looks like how we're going to be sectorising upper level tomorrow.
Okay, 1356 for Sota, and what are your Dublin sectors going to be that you're going to have?
The Dublin sectors are just the standard normal Dublin sectors.
That could be resectorised.
3 and 4, but they'll be handed off to
traffic
Shannon anyway. This.
Sorry, what was Sota again?
135.6.
1356. Okay.
So it will be slightly extended. It's going to go to.
And as you can see, it's being put into the
document. And the horrible yellow.
It doesn't deserve to go out there.
Roughly Rodell to in between, just to keep the.
Okay.
So who's handling the traffic via DIM?
Dinham would be west.
Dinham would be west. That would be
12587.
Are we calling it
just
west?
the frequency, just the frequency, it's frequency.
Yeah, fair enough. And east is the normal frequency.
So Dinham is a different frequency than Could you just send us your diagram? So you've got 4 sectors, not 3.
4 sectors, yeah. It's no, yours is actually correct.
Yeah, so Somax and Amoko in a 1356.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what about the London border then?
It's the blue one, the west, kind of from Everen through to Ratka, going to 135.6.
Evrin down to Ratka.
That kind of the
1356.
pale blue.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
the-
everyone down all the
Then,
way.
No. Oh, mate, what are you doing?
It's much better.
That's like a plane just flying across the middle of all.
Yeah, okay.
The sector that
I hate that, by the way, Kieran.
that would contain Strumble would be going to
User in your channel timed
125.8.
out.
Right.
Bye.
Anything coming Bagzo and the other way, if it's going to Dublin, obviously it'll just go straight to Dublin. If it's going the other way as
Turn
in back
around.
across the Atlantic, can we get them to disconnect? Because really they're going the wrong way. Yeah, turn around, go back. Full. That would be going to...
I mean, George disconnected about a minute ago, so hold fire.
User joined your channel.
Well, that was rude.
Welcome back.
Sorry. Shannon, what about the section from Evrin to Liffey?
Everen to Liffey will be 2587, I think as well.
Are we doing?
1257, okay.
Are we doing Everen to Lipko and then north of Lipko is?
No, that's 12587 because the Dinham to Liffey is all going to be the one sector just to keep it easy.
Oh. So Kieran, the west sector isn't doing
Yeah,
the Liffey
discussion.
track.
Diagram that whoever is doing with the nice lines, actually, yes, it's quite good.
How's that?
More or less,
That's
yeah.
it, more or less, yeah.
And then the normal Nota is Nota.
Yeah, that's grand. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so the Gatwick route from Dinham, is that being handled by west all the way to Bamba?
Dinham Bamba will, yes. That sector is kind of it's
Okay,
splits in
where is the
between
border
Everen and
between
Bamba.
west and Sota sector?
West and Sota would
North
be
of Bamba, actually, in case we get traffic that way, or is it south of between Bamba and Everen?
it's between Bamba and between Bamba and Everen. It's basically split along the way you have the tracks done.
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic, okay. I think that then is Lynn and Shannon complete.
Yes.
Can anyone think of anything that the Irish
rearrange everything.
Drink.
They're already drunk. True.
Not just.
Friday.
About 3 days in at this stage. Anyway, it's not looking particularly calm tomorrow. In fairness, it's like
Disgusting.
13 plus.
Okay, thank you, Shannon. We are finished with you. We will see you tomorrow.
Lovely.
See you later.
Bye now.
Bye.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected.
Alright guys, I'm gonna close the stream there. That's pretty much it done on our end. So I hope that was educational enough for the people who tuned in. Anyway, time for bed. Big day tomorrow. Everybody who's flying, looking forward to seeing you if you're flying into Dublin. If you're overflying Ireland, have a safe flight. And I'll catch you on tomorrow's stream, guys. Good night.